I don't know what it is about it. I've just always loved it. So when I saw that, I just loved it. Okay, let us get into this. Virginia Giuffre at 1 hour and 7 minutes. Virginia Giuffre. Virginia Giuffre. Can you tell us something about her husband, the guy that she was married to? For the life of me, I can't remember what his name is. I think it was Robert or Bob or something. I can't remember for the life of me. But Virginia Giuffre's husband that she has the children with. Can you tell me anything? Can you tell me anything about it? Can you tell me anything about? Look what's lying underneath here. This is apparently how she went. So the cards are listening. Cards are listening. I did not leave that card on there, but you saw it. Can you tell me anything about what went on there? Anything. Give me any information. Okay, these cards, okay, they're ready. They are. Look what flipped over, money. Okay. Can you tell me anything about him? Can you tell me, was he a handler? Was he her informant? Was she really offed? Was it just a ploy? Because something just never sat right with those accidents and everything else, and he's just gone quiet. Zappity-doo-da-day. Disappeared into oblivion. Probably in the outback, who knows. But something is just not right then. Was he her handler? Was he her protector? Was he her, I don't know. They would, in my opinion, they would not. It was a marriage of convenience, in my opinion, for some reason. Okay, let's have a look. Cards are ready. I've given them a good shuffle, and the slipperiness of the cards are starting to subside a little bit. The more I use them, but they're not 100% non-slip yet, but they are getting better. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Can you tell us anything about the husband? And extend it to Virginia. I don't know. Let's just see. Power supply. The cards, my friends, the cards are listening. The cards are listening. Look here, hidden. I'll explain the cards to you now. I'll explain the cards now. Accomplice, partner in crime. Intuition. Oh my glory. Okay. Let's have a look here. We asked, was there somebody? There was power behind him. And we all know that Virginia was connected to the boat days. We all know that she was convenient, that she was part of the boat days. But they met after her boat days. But conveniently. And the real reason, she went into hiding. But there was an accomplice. There was an accomplice. There was an agreement made. And this intuition card is telling me that we are onto something. Because remember I said, was he maybe a handler? And this is telling me we need to trust our intuition. There is definitely power behind it. Behind this whole thing, there is definitely power. Let's pull. Look at this. Look there. Organized crime, my friends. lies, trapped. Look at the power, look at the boat, look at organized crime. And doesn't this face remind you of a younger version? Please just hit that like button when you're coming in. Let us see. Wasn't he part of organized crime and the boat? There's hidden. Here's all the lies. These lies. It's the magician. It is like, look here. Ta-da! But I'm a chameleon at the same time. I'm a chameleon at the same time. She was spun a lie by him. And there's definitely an agreement. And I don't think she actually ever really got away and disappeared into oblivion. People do forget. People do very easily forget. And I've read in-depth research about her. People very quickly forget that, yes, she is a victim. I'm not taking anything away from victims. She was a victim of circumstance. As even in her book, she is a victim of circumstance. If you read a book, she was actually dropped off by her parents at said house later on. She was paid very, very well. She made enough money. And what people also forget is that Miss Giuffre got paid to bring new workers in. People forget that she was not just a victim. She also contributed to making people victims. She pulled people in. But that just gets glanced over. It's in her book too, if I remember correctly. But people gloss over it. They forget that she was just as bad, to an extent, as Ghislaine. And there again, Andrew was trapped. I don't know why I just said it. Andrew was trapped. That was a trap. Yes, he always, I think it was in the Prince Philip reading, he was always known as Randy Andy. But we don't know. But look here, there's organized crimes, things are hidden, things are chameleon, we're trapped. We're asking about her husband. It's all lies. He was a chameleon. Look at this card. Desert. I'll explain the desert card to you now. Legal proceedings. Because they were going through a divorce. Which is the legal proceedings here. And her kids were taken away from her or whatever. It's legal proceedings. But she was trapped. She couldn't get away. This desert card reminds me of the country that borders the pyramid country, the one that is currently at war with the other country. Let's just say Yahoo's country. That's what this comes to me. Because it has been confirmed, in inverted commas, that Epps was connected to the intelligence agency of the Star Country, the Blue Star Country. Sorry, I'm talking in code. I just don't want this to be demonetized or taken off or whatever. But it's definitely, and Maxwell's father was also involved in that country, from where the Israelites moved from to back. They moved from the pyramid country back to where they are currently, 40 years through the desert. But on this side here, we know there were legal proceedings and stuff from her side, but also she was going through, there was a big hoo-ha. I think the kids were taken away, or I can't remember that whole part. Burial. Things are buried. Things are hidden, lies buried. Okay. I want to look what's underlying. Because the way I'm reading it here, I'm not reading it as like a hole in the ground dug and bones in there. This is like things are buried. Things are buried. Let's look underlying. How on earth the cards have been listening? Marriage, wedding. Look here. Life insurance. Let me pull more cards. Oh my glory. Guys, look here. Did you guys see what I saw? Have you seen what's just come out of here? Marriage, life insurance, fake death, alive, male. She got married. And look here how it's sitting here. Look how that life insurance is sitting with the boat, organized crime, and life insurance. And look how the fake death fell on the center of the deck here. Fell on the center of the deck with hidden, lies, burial, fake death. And then look here. Alive and male. This all points me to a alleged conclusion. Let's look at the alleged conclusion here. She was handled. That marriage was an insurance policy. She was too big an asset. I'm telling you guys now, she was too big an asset. She knew too much where the bodies are buried, where all the information is buried. They could not let her talk anymore. But they got out of her what they needed. They got from her what they needed. They got the man. They got Andrew. But a man was involved in. Anything else? Can you give me anything else here? Anything else? And we were talking about her husband. Talking about her husband. Oh, that's what that. What's this? Beach. Beach, beach, beach. All alone, standing all alone on the beach. Not very many people knew about it, and I think she might be at a beach. But yes, I'm telling you now, her husband was placed here for a reason. Just go back. Now that you've seen this reading. Clean up. Now that you see this reading, go and watch that interview that was done with her and her then husband. And just have a look at the body language. It's all making sense to me now. It is all making so much sense. I'll have to go and rewatch it. Clean up. They had to clean the mess up. We had to clean the mess up. Man-made disaster. Man-made disaster. Orchestrated by man. And let's put a last card and see. So, just look here. That's all a cover up. It's all a cover up. And look there. This cover up. This cover up. It's all fraud. It is all fraud. So my friends, live here, not a recording, live, pull the cards in front of you. Miss Giuffre was handled. She was never really gone. She was never really out of that world, but they got what they wanted. They got what they got. They got what they wanted. And according to the cards, for fun and entertainment purpose only, allegedly, her husband was her handler, the one that she was divorcing. How long have you been going? We're already in an hour, 24 minutes. I want to ask, do one thing. I want to ask guys one thing. No, I don't know how I want to formulate it. I do not know how I want to formulate it. Sorry, I'm just stopping here for a second. I'm just catching up with you viewers here quickly. I just want to have a look here. Barbara, also writing on Virginia. I have tried connecting. For many times, I've tried connecting. And there is just nothing coming through. Nothing is coming through. I'm not even picking up a tingling or a sensation or anything. So I don't know. I really don't know. And normally if it doesn't come out as clear that somebody's coming through, I will either get a download that says to me, or I'll get a feeling that says, no, don't read on it. It will just see, don't. But there is just nothing. And I think with what I've just pulled here now, I think the cards have said to me that allegedly she's still with us, but she is in hiding. She was too great an asset. And I think she had knowledge in her head that people need it. That was on no database or whatever else, and she knows where that information is. And seeing that it is connected to the Blue Star country, they would have the intel and they would need that intel. Because look how Yahoo, look who Yahoo has manipulated the USA into a war. Why? Because they've got the intelligence. That's just my opinion. And who knew more about the connection between Epps and the current White House boss but Miss Giuffre? And the other one is Miss Mixwell. His other assistant, she's like, nobody knows where she is. Very interesting. Something that I did find at one point, somebody that was connected to Epps in his security or something in those lines has disappeared. Has disappeared off the radar, but is living in a very cushy life somewhere in the Hamptons. Somewhere in the Hamptons. Very cushy life. But off the radar, and is still involved with that spy agency. So she knew a lot more, and that is why they needed to get away. I see a slip on my. Yes, Kathy, I have done a number of readings on Epps and being alive. I have done a number of it. As I said in the beginning, I'm busy going through rearranging the playlists and everything. But there is a whole one. I think I have actually set that to unlisted at the moment. But there's a whole series. There's a whole series of them about Epps and all those connections. And I even went deeper in that early, and for all the new subscribers and stuff, you will not have seen it. But there's also a very interesting thing, because you guys know all about this whole palaver with Albania and the dealings and wheelings that has gone on there with the Ivanka and Jared, with that island thing there. I've done a reading, and we all know that Mr. Peter Thiel has now moved to Argentina, and we all know that he's got a property here in New Zealand on South Island, his bunker. And it's just come out. Now, I did a reading months and months and months ago. There is a group of islands in the Maldives, and it is owned and operated by, I think it is, I remember correctly, 6x6 investment or something in those lines. I will try and find that reading, and that reading has basically told me, and it is now coming out more and more and more, all these little island enclaves and stuff that is being built for the super wealthy across the world, like these estates, just for the super wealthy that you can only access by helicopter or boat. It's all set up to protect people like that. Because that one specific island is under development. It's supposed to open in 2026, I think. Everything is so high secret. They have got specialized data cables that supply them the closed circuit data internet. You can only reach it by boat or helicopter. And they're all off grid. And it is just a very, very super wealthy that is them. And the guy who is in the development of it, I can't remember his name now. He is a big hotelier, and he is actually, his father is very highly connected in the UAE. He was an ambassador or something for them at some point. So it's all the islands. So much can happen on islands, so much can disappear on islands, so much people don't know that goes on islands. But the latest is now that they are setting up these islands that is sort of super wealthy, and that they can actually move assets, not just Bitcoin assets or other assets, but human assets across. Because, sorry, I'm just going down the road now, and that's something I also researched back in the day, and I actually need to do a reading on it. Why are there only certain people that are really high profile that is now coming out, like Mr. Will Bates, Mr. Will Bates, Andrew? Why was Epps into the firing line? Why is Mr. Trumpy in the line? Why is Alan Dershowitz in the line? Etc. etc. You sort of see a pattern with some of these things, okay? Because back in the day, remember, back in the day, when we look at the 80s and the 90s, information and gathering and stuff of people had to be in person, and it was catching people in a scandal of extensional proportions. They had to catch them in those compromised positions so that they can blackmail them, so that they can get access to people that are high up, that they can control people. That's how they used to do things. But now, in our new modern digital age, do we need it? No. Your information, your everything can be found at the click of a button. Everything can go into a system, and it's a click of a button, they've got your stuff. Sorry, I sound like a conspiracy here, but that is what it is. Your data is your Achilles heel. And for the super wealthy, when they've got your data and they gather your data, can they control you? But now, these people that are falling, Mr. Yates, Mr. Will Yates, why was he not sort of caught up in this? Because they wanted his data. They wanted the information that he collected over years and years and years with data. All the research and stuff that was done, and when I'm talking about viruses, I'm talking about computer viruses. Because computer viruses has a trend and a trajectory of forecasting what can happen in society. He's no longer needed. Andrew is no longer needed. He served his purpose, and he couldn't get what they really wanted, so he was toast. So that was leak. Dershowitz, he's a lawyer. They need lawyers for things, etc. He's got to see a pattern going here, and I will do a reading and see why these names that we see has fallen. Well, I don't know so much about trafficking, but I know we've got Goat Island here, and there's a major data center cable that runs underneath Goat Island. Yeah. So, and yeah. So there is. New Zealand does have some tunnels, but not as many as you think, and a lot of them are very derelict from World War II. One thing that people don't realize in Auckland, where the university area and stuff is, people don't know about it, but there's a whole network of tunnels underneath that area, which is Simmons and Shortland and Mayoral Drive or something. Those are, it's full of tunnels, and that was all built for the Second World War, but they are closed off, and they are, and yeah, they you can't access them. But yes, a it's not that easy to get into New Zealand with contraband and things like that. I mean, I just look when we are trying to just bring furniture and stuff over from South Africa. Loops you got to do. Our border controls are very, very strict here. But yes, definitely, there is definitely a connection. And also, New Zealand is very, very far off the radar compared to other countries. On some world maps, we don't even appear on the map. So yes, it's very easy to slip underneath the radar here if you really want to. You can disappear. Okay, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And now, allegedly, according to the cards here, organized crime was definitely behind Giuffre's husband. Definitely. And she was trapped. Okay. Okay, my friends. Thank you very much for joining me. Sorry for carrying on so long. I didn't mean for this thing to carry on for an hour and a half. Good grief, have we already gone that past? Love you all. Bye-bye. Speak to you soon. Cheerio. Bye.